The moment Tiffany Stratton opened her mouth on SmackDown, she lit a fuse that may have just set the stage for the most controversial women's feud WWE has seen in years. What was supposed to be a straightforward promo exchange turned into a full-on verbal brawl that blurred the line between scripted drama and personal attack. And when former legends like Magnum TA are calling you out publicly, you know it's more than just a storyline gone too far. Now, with WrestleMania 41 around the corner, the spotlight isn't just on who's going to win in the ring, it's on whether this feud is going to survive backstage politics, real emotions, and a locker room divided. It all started when Charlotte Flair returned from her brief hiatus, stepping back into the spotlight with a heartfelt promo that felt like a homecoming. She talked about legacy, about fighting through injuries, about earning everything despite the pressure of being Ric Flair's daughter. But before she could finish, the music hit and out walked Tiffany Stratton, decked in designer gear and oozing arrogance. Tiffany interrupted what many felt was an emotional and respectful moment, and then it happened. With a smirk on her face, Stratton veered from classic heel behavior to something far more personal. She mocked Charlotte's past relationships, insinuated she only got where she is because of her last name, and dropped the line that flipped the arena: "You've had more weddings than title defenses, sweetheart." That wasn't just a mic drop, it was a landmine. The live audience gasped. Even the commentary team stumbled over their next words. And backstage? Absolute chaos. According to multiple insiders, not all of Stratton's lines were pre-approved. While WWE gave her the green light to get real and make it intense, nobody expected her to bring Charlotte's personal life into the spotlight so directly. Flair, sources say, was furious. She felt ambushed, disrespected, and humiliated, not because of losing in a promo, but because the trust between performers had been broken. And she wasn't the only one who thought so. Enter Magnum TA. Speaking on the Four Horsemen Network, the wrestling legend didn't hold back. He called Stratton unprofessional and immature, saying she clearly doesn't understand the difference between generating heat and taking cheap shots. "There's a code in this business," he said, "and once you cross that line, it's hard to come back." His comments were echoed by another unexpected voice, R-Truth, who rarely comments on backstage matters but reportedly said in a private media panel that Stratton isn't ready for that kind of spotlight. "She's got talent, no doubt," Truth said, "but she doesn't know how to work a mic when real-life boundaries are involved." Charlotte, for her part, hasn't said a word publicly. Her social media's gone dark. No tweets, no Instagram stories, no interviews, just silence. But silence speaks volumes. One insider described her as visibly shaken after the segment and said she had a direct confrontation with Stratton backstage. Apparently, Charlotte told her in no uncertain terms, "Real life isn't part of this game unless we both agree to play it." And then she walked away. Some sources even say Flair may be requesting creative input going forward to prevent something like this from happening again. Meanwhile, Tiffany Stratton's response? Not an apology, not even a clarification. Instead, she posted a cryptic gif on X showing herself twirling in a fur coat with the caption, "If you can't handle the heat, get out of my spotlight." It was bold. It was in character. But was it smart? That depends on who you ask. Some fans and even producers are loving the heat. One unnamed WWE official reportedly said, "If the crowd reacts that loud, you're doing something right." But he also added, "You better know how to hold back, or you'll burn it all down." That's exactly the situation Stratton now finds herself in. She's either on the cusp of superstardom or on a very slippery slope. The upcoming WrestleMania match could be the biggest moment of her career or the feud that breaks her before she even peaks. WWE has a choice here. Lean into the controversy and make it must-watch television, or tone it down and risk losing the momentum this storyline has built. The internal debate mirrors a larger issue in WWE's women's division. Stratton's rapid rise hasn't gone unnoticed. Some veterans reportedly feel she's being pushed too fast, without having paid her dues. Others say she's got that factor, and WWE would be crazy not to capitalize. But when you throw a legacy name like Charlotte Flair into the mix, things get complicated. This isn't just about building a new star. It's about protecting the credibility of someone who helped redefine what women's wrestling could be. And make no mistake, Charlotte Flair isn't just another big name. She's the measuring stick, the standard, the 14-time women's champion who's gone toe-to-toe with legends, main event WrestleMania, and carried the division on her back for nearly a decade. To see her genuinely rattled after the promo exchange sends a clear message. Tiffany Stratton may have gone too far. But maybe that's exactly what WWE wanted. After all, some of the most iconic storylines in WWE history were rooted in reality. CM Punk's pipe bomb, Edge and Matt Hardy's real-life love triangle with Lita, John Cena vs. The Rock, where every promo blurred the line between truth and fiction. Fans remember those moments because they felt real. The emotion wasn't just good acting, it came from a raw, unfiltered place. That's the kind of story that gets people talking. And right now, everyone's talking about Tiffany Stratton. Social media is in full meltdown mode. Reddit threads are dissecting every word of the promo. Instagram is flooded with fan art and meme edits. And the hashtags? Hashtag Stratton crossed the line. Hashtag protect Charlotte. Hashtag real heat. It's clear this segment struck a nerve. And maybe that's the point. Maybe WWE knows that real tension sells better than any title belt ever could. But here's the thing, real tension also comes with real consequences. If Stratton continues down this path without acknowledging the backlash, she risks alienating not just the locker room but the very fans that helped put her on the map. Wrestling isn't just about being the loudest or the flashiest, it's about respect. And right now, a lot of veterans feel that respect is missing. Some insiders say there are already quiet conversations happening behind the scenes. That certain officials are encouraging Stratton to apologize to Charlotte, not publicly, but at least face-to-face. Not because it's the PR move, but because it's the right one. Others argue that WWE should double down, that this kind of edge is exactly what the women's division needs. That realism is what makes a star truly pop in the modern era. But the truth? It's risky, and WWE knows it. This feud is walking a tightrope, and if one more step gets taken in the wrong direction, everything could come crashing down. That includes Stratton's push, Charlotte's trust in creative, and the very storyline they're trying to build. The next episode of SmackDown is going to be crucial. Will Charlotte break her silence? Will Stratton address the backlash or just keep fanning the flames? Will WWE pivot the angle to cool things off or turn the heat up even higher? One thing's for sure, eyes are on this feud like never before. And that brings us to the question everyone's asking, is Tiffany Stratton really ready for this? Ready to carry the heat, the pressure, the responsibility that comes with being the most talked about woman in WWE right now? Because this isn't just a storyline anymore. This is her moment, and whether she rises from it or gets buried beneath it, that's what we're all waiting to see. Thanks for watching. If you want more deep dives into WWE's biggest feuds, controversies, and backstage chaos, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. WrestleMania season is just heating up, and we're only getting started.